So for today's session, good afternoon, everybody. Hope you're doing great. My name is Pragya Agarwal, and I'm from the side of Blog India team, and I'll be your host for this evening. Uh, this is going to be our ninth Instagram live as a run-up to our 2022 conference titled "Abuse and Harassment in Cyberspace Beyond the Perceived Notions of Mainstream." Just so that everybody who who's new to these sessions knows what the conference seeks to do, is that it seeks to initiate a discussion on the threats faced by the LGBTQI plus community members. It facilitates through sharing of niche stories and first-hand experiences of the community members. And lastly, it seeks to raise awareness about the challenges faced by the community while dealing with cybercrime incidents. You can know more about the conference through our Instagram pages or helpline that we will share, and all of the details are on our Instagram page. So for today's live, we have with us Damini. This Damini Sinha is a software engineer by profession and an activist, author, and public speaker by passion. Damini works for an MNC as a business analyst. As an activist, she has worked in the field of transgender inclusion, awareness, and education. She has co-authored several anthologies and stories and authored numerous articles on issues regarding transgender inclusion. Her experiences have been featured in national and international magazines such as Vice International, Surge, as well as Dailies, Times of India, Indian Express, and Deccan Herald. She has been facilitated by PCMC, Municipal Corporation, for outstanding work on LGBTQI plus issues, Anam Foundation's Achievers Award, and FIT's Special Contribution Award. Thank you so much, Damini, for accepting our invitation and being a part of this conference.
Thank you for inviting me and giving me a place where I can raise my voice against one of the most discussed and controversial subjects, that is cyberbullying.
I request you to add anything that I have missed or you would like to tell the audience about yourself.
No, that's too, actually too much. So I'm a software engineer, as you told, and most of the time I work for transgender awareness and inclusion. That's my main focus, and other things are like you already told.
Okay, awesome, great. My first question to you for today is, how has your journey been on the internet till now?
My journey started nicely, but by the time I faced a lot of, I started getting a lot of bullying and a lot of comments which were not very comfortable for me.
Right.
But as I'm a transgender woman, and when I started my transitioning, I was on hormones. So before that, I had to go to psychiatrist and psychologist to
Right.
check the state and everything. So I was bold enough to face everything, and I was aware about it.
Right.
But I didn't learn that how to handle it in the beginning. Slowly, I learned that how to handle it. Now, I make jokes of this thing, and most of
Right.
the time, if it is very annoying, then definitely I take some action. We have very strong laws for cyberbullying. So
Yeah.
till now, I didn't have to do anything. I didn't face anything, but yeah, in the beginning, the worst part was my childhood friends. They didn't know about it, my transition,
Right.
and they saw me on YouTube and Instagram Live, and they were writing तुम्हारा सारा कच्चा चिट्ठा खोल के रख देंगे, and they were giving my good introduction, what was my name and who was my father, where is my address and everything. So
That's
didn't do
wonderful.
any homework, that what exactly gone through these many years, the gap of that almost 10 years. They didn't know that what exactly have changed, and they started writing like that. So
Right.
I met very good people on Instagram, as
Mm.
followers. Mainly, I focus on Instagram. So they
Right.
answered them very well. I didn't have to answer them. They answered them very well that if you want, you can read everything. It's on so many blogs, so many magazines,
Mm.
so many newspapers, and Instagram Live is there, and she's doing so great, and you guys are doing like that, so
Right.
grow up and all. So I didn't have to do, but that was the worst experience. I was emotionally really uh, very hurt actually
Right.
because they were my childhood friends and kind of besties of mine, and they
Mm.
couldn't adjust with my gender change. Only because I changed my gender or my gender was different and I
Right.
accepted it, they refused to accept it, and I didn't want them to accept. But at least give the respect, whatever decision I have taken for my life. So that was
Exactly.
not there, and
Mm.
it was really, really heartbreaking. So, but I learned how to live because I know that what exactly I have been through, and
Right.
मुझे क्या क्या देखना पड़ा है जिंदगी में वो कोई समझ नहीं पाएगा और ये डिसीजन लेना
That's
इतना
true.
आसान नहीं था एंड आई न्यू कि ये सब तो होगा ही सो आई वाज ऑलरेडी प्रिपेयर्ड एंड अदर
Mm.
थिंग्स लाइक on the on your this thing like on your appearance. So I know
Huh.
and I try to carry myself on my best way. But if somebody doesn't like it, if I'm fat, then how can I do it? Means it's not in my hand now that I can reduce my weight in a day or two. It takes time
Right.
for everything. So just I joined and I got one comment here which I already mentioned to you that buy Moti auntie. So what he was thinking that I'm going to entertain stripping here or what?
That's terrible.
So
That
definitely,
is
yeah.
that is why before starting,
Hmm.
we want the audience to be empathetic. We
That's
want them to
okay.
be
Yeah,
decent.
that is that we can request, right, Sandhya? But
Right.
it's upon the people, and most of the people who do this kind of comments, if you
Mm.
will go through their profile, there is nothing. It's a fake profile
Right.
kind of thing. So
Right.
definitely, if a person who can't even come out as a person in front of us, that person is teaching us how to live or how to be or what is the beauty norms or what is like what is called ugly, what is called moti, what is called
Right.
auntie. I never hide my age. I always told my age when I started my
Hmm.
HRT because it was very necessary. People think like after a certain age we can't do HRT, we can't do transitioning. So definitely, I had to
Right.
tell people. So
Hmm.
people of my age, or even in California, I have some very good followers. So that's a
Right.
proud thing for me. That in California, I was always thinking like in America or other countries, people are transgender are more empowered, but they are telling that we are learning from you. And I am 60 years old. I was Yes, I'm 60 years old. I thought like if now I won't do transitioning, but I have started
Hmm.
transitioning seeing you that life is only one and we have to go
Right.
through. So that is a very, very big achievement for me. So
Hmm.
I want
I
that thing. So this bullying and everything cannot stop me or should not stop anyone. It should not affect anyone. People should not take it very seriously. If it is very offensive, then definitely go through the law.
Right. I totally agree with that. There is a lot of anonymity that goes on the internet which gives power to these people to go ahead and say
Yeah.
all of these ridiculous and really indecent things. And all the power to you that you have come at this stage that, you're empowering people and
Yeah.
helping people out there. So, how did you
So,
actually start using the
mhm.
internet? Like, what was the first step that you took?
Yeah, I was in depression before I started my HRT. It was major depression because of gender dysphoria.
Mm.
So as I started my transitioning, this lockdown started. So, uh,
Right.
and I wanted to know the world that my family and friends to know about that. Yes, now I'm transitioning. So I
Hmm.
started with Instagram. One of my friend was a kind of influencer on Instagram. So she told like start Instagram and put your story so people will get benefited by
Right.
it. So I started slowly, and I didn't know that Instagram will take me till here. So I started Instagram, YouTube, but YouTube I'm not very active. So
Right.
in Instagram, as I started posting my blogs and pictures of transitioning, by the
Hmm.
time I thought like sitting at home, working from home, I'm getting enough time in the evening to do something. And then I came to know that IGTV live, and
Right.
then I thought like randomly talking to someone, some friend or something. Why not
Hmm.
start a show and invite people to whom other people or common people or since everyone wants to listen from them. So I started my show due social, and I started inviting celebrities, research scholars on transgenders or LGBTQ renowned names. So that's
Right.
how I started my journey. Yeah. So I did 2, 3 seasons by the time lockdown opened, and I don't get much time now. But I try to come live, but it's little rare. So that's how my journey started, and I got a very good response and very bad bullying also.
Right.
So I trust on taking the positive things with me
Hmm.
and learn from negative things. That is it really? Am I really bad? So I'm not. I don't think that most of the comments I is for me. It's their
Hmm.
frustration. It's their inferiority complex that they cannot do what I am doing. And definitely being a transgender, they have a lot of hatred about me that I can't do it and this transgender woman is doing it. And they are
Hmm.
calling me names like Hijra, Chhatra, you know these things. Everyone knows about it because negative means bad things attract. So everyone
Right.
knows what names can be called, but what good names can be called, what a person should be pronounced correctly. These things are good things, so it doesn't attract people much.
Hmm.
Only
There's no
intelligent
awareness,
people, yeah, only
and there's
intelligent
no.
people and with the humanity, they understand that yes, doesn't even some people are not educated enough, but they have
Hmm.
humanity and they know that I should. Person is wearing sari, doesn't matter if she is having a beard or not. At least they try to say call she. They
Right.
don't know that I should ask the pronouns or something, but by their own self, they try to pronounce you the best way. But some educated illiterates are there. They do it intentionally to make
Hmm.
you feel bad.
Right.
So
I
it
believe that
happens.
the
Yeah.
intention of a person really matters a lot,
Yeah.
because
Yes.
even if there is anonymity on the internet, because again there are two sides of everything. So the internet is great, as you have said, you have found great people here, you have found a lot of support, and I love that
Yeah.
they stood up for you in the chats and comments. That's great to have.
Yes.
But there is another a dark side to the internet, these trolls and everything. But yeah, again, intent is what matters, even if you are not that literate, you're still trying to do something about it.
Yeah.
That's something that is, I feel like, is there. So, what
Yes.
was your first experience in corporate and media that showed you that no, it's not that inclusive?
Uh, Not any specific one, but in media, so definitely not any specific one. Everyone encouraged. But in my corporate, like corporate world, most of the people you can nobody can say anything. It comes under physical or mental harassment. For what we have very strong policies in the companies. So no one came in front of my face and told anything, but
Hmm.
they tried to do they suggested don't go for this if possible, go through a conversion therapy, and these things
Hmm.
happen, and I can everyone can sense the negativity around. Like earlier, it was so I was sitting with the same people and they were very comfortable as I started transitioning. Only 3 months I went up once I started transitioning. After that, it's lockdown. I'm working from home. So
Hmm.
these 3 months, I felt very uncomfortable, not just for myself, for the people around who are very silent and the environment is very heavy. So I asked
Right.
for myself also and for others also to make it more comfortable, a temporary place to sit. So I was sitting in a temporary place by the time lockdown came, so I worked it from home. And in this period, my name change and everything happened, and everyone
Hmm.
accepted very well. Today itself, one of my colleague who is not in my team, but he is office colleague, so he is in another team. So he came to know today after almost
Right.
1 year. So he was telling, he congratulated me on WhatsApp and like that. And but some people I know that they cannot say anything, but they don't want to
Hmm.
talk much with me. They don't want to go for tea. They don't want to go for lunch with me. So it's okay. The percentage is this kind of people is 2%, and 98% people want me to be with them because what
Right.
I have done is uh, it's very rare, very rare. I'm the first one, and one of the first. I don't want to say it, but it seems like I'm boasting myself. But I have to tell that I'm one of the first software engineer of India. So definitely, they think like being a software engineer, heavy, means hefty salary and everything. She is
Hmm.
taking risks. It might be not inclusive. My company could not be inclusive, and they can make any kind of excuse and they can fire me. But
Right.
I didn't think about it. I didn't think about money or anything. I thought like I have spent enough of my time. I have good saving and not very, I can't live very lavish life, but definitely I can get a job anywhere. And
Right.
definitely I don't have to think about my job now. I have to think about myself also. Otherwise, what
Hmm.
is the meaning of life? Whole life I didn't
Right.
enjoy my childhood, my college time, anything. And even if my old age, if I won't, means this is mid age, but old age, mid age, and old age also, if I won't enjoy, then what was the meaning of my life? I will think on my deathbed that what I did for myself, then I
Right.
would get an answer like nothing. So I didn't want
Hmm.
that. So
Yeah.
98% people are very positive about it, but 2% are definitely hate me.
I yeah, that's great actually because I have heard cases where people were not at all welcoming or inclusive at all. And yeah, I agree that more power to you that being your true self is really important.
Yes, yes, Pragya. So most of the time, whatever you have heard, and I have seen the cases, the people who transitioned or on transitioning, they have not accepted 100% to themselves. But
Hmm.
I was one of I had one of the feeling that till I won't accept myself, till I feel uncomfortable going out in
Right.
sari or means as a girl, as a woman, till that time I won't start my hormone replacement therapy.
Hmm.
So I'm so sorry today. I'm not so well. So
That's
that's
okay.
how yeah, that's how once I got very comfortable with my own skin. So it was not affecting me, the whispering and the sharing. It was not bothering me much because I
Right.
already knew that I had to face this. So people already knew that a third gender is called hijra. I don't follow hijra is a culture, and I don't follow hijra culture. So it doesn't matter if they will ask, then I can tell them. I cannot shout. I can shout on social media platform that hijra and independent trans women are different. So that's
Right.
how it's happening. So that is why if you have any small means no confidence of saying in you, people have big mouths to speak about you.
Hmm.
So that's why so many people are not welcoming in the places. But if they will, a person will show very confidence about themselves, doesn't matter for what? For being
Right.
yourself, himself or herself. If a person shows the confidence that whatever I am, I'm good for myself. You are no one to judge me. If you can respect, respect. I don't want your welcome nature. I just want to be respected. That's all.
Yeah, that's a good thought. Uh, what else
Yeah.
can be amended in the corporate structure to make it just more inclusive, just more welcoming, so that people, actually are
Yeah.
somewhat more empathetic?
Yes, sensitization is very much important in all the corporate or any public sector or anywhere. School, college, police station, hospitals, everywhere sensitization programs should be continued as it is happening now. And another thing is like there should be strong policies for LGBTQ community. And
Right.
each and every company, as I transition, so my company is making policy for transgender, mainly focus on transgenders and LGBTQ
Hmm.
plus people. Like these people are on high risk of getting
Hmm.
harassed. So companies making policy, also companies making policy. I have given the feedback that I have to go through surgery and I need to leave for that. So they are making like leave policies like everyone gets uh, for marriage and for pregnancy, 3 months leave
Right.
kind of thing. So same kind of thing my company is working on. And when I go for, I have done most of the surgery. Till then, it was not a very major, so I didn't have to take more than 2 days leave. So finally, I have to go through the vaginoplasty. That's my.
Hmm.
I'm doing slowly, not in one time. Slowly, I'm doing. So that's the last surgery I have to do. So for that, at least 1 month leave I need. So
Right.
these policies are on place, or being on place. Uh, my HR and committee is working. So these things are should be there, and also some financial things like in insurance, it needs to be
Hmm.
included. Like it doesn't come on beauty norms. Like if I'm doing the rhinoplasty, nose thing or anything, this comes under beauty thing. But life
Hmm.
saving thing for a transgender person, the kind of gender dysphoria, seeing your body as a male for a transgender woman is kind of life threatening. So these
Hmm.
policies are being worked on. A lot of research and lot of homework, HR and the committee for the policy making. They are working on it, and definitely I think one company will start, then another company will contact them, and HRs are having very good contact. So definitely it will come in the future and it will be in place. But the sensitization for
Hmm.
awareness of the third gender or LGBTQ, which is natural and there is no any, there should not be any discrimination with these people,
Right.
should be in place. Yeah, should be in the mindset of each and everyone. That is very much required. And Sabzi is doing that, already they are having physical and mental health policy. So everyone is safe
I'm really glad that
mostly.
your company is actually moving forward to having a policy regarding the same. And I
Yeah,
hope that they actually implement it because a lot of companies have policies, but there's no proper implementation of them. So
yes.
implementation that, but
Implementation is
as a step policy is
implementation.
making it great.
I'm so sorry you completed, then I'll add it.
No, no, please.
Okay, so I was saying that the implementation is not there because the people are not having confidence to raise voice.
Hmm.
Even I'm telling you that if I want to raise voice, I think 100 times that if I raise voice, if it is not too serious about me, it is not too much affecting me. If I raise voice, then the another person who has not done that much, but if it was offensive, he or she could have to leave the job. They will
Hmm.
lose their job. So sometimes I keep quiet and try to resolve it on the lowest level of mine. And if it is not, then definitely I'll raise voice. And this is my confidence. But most of the
Right.
people who are younger, very young, and they just join, they think like if I will raise voice and he is my manager or something. Same thing with girls also,
Hmm.
sexual harassment. They also think like he is my manager, and if I'll
Right.
complain, then it will affect my job. But it's not true.
Hmm.
If the committee is made in each and every private sector company in corporate, uh, the committee members are so strong, they will never let you go through any kind of discrimination, and
Right.
you will be in the very safe place. But people are scared, so that's why it is not being implemented properly.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
So, as for my next question, as a closeted person, how do you think one would feel with the cases of cyber harassment and abuse on the news that happens, social media, or just around us when they see that these cases are there? How do you think that these closeted people feel?
Yeah, it affects to closeted person a lot because they already have a mental pressure that I have to come out. No one wants to go. If everyone is very much connected with their own parents and siblings. It depends on individuals, but most of the people are very emotionally connected with their family, and they are already struggling to come out and how the reaction will be. Every day they are seeing what kind of mindset and how judgmental their family is about the LGBTQ. So they are already struggling. And once they come on this social platform, so definitely most of the people are having two ideas. One is original one, what life they are living that time is mainstream. You can call it mainstream profile, and another profile is a fake profile. So from fake profile, they want to fetch the the information that if I'll come out, then what kind of thing I have to face,
Right.
and what other people are doing, how confident they are. So both ways, like negative and positive, both ways it helps. But what happens, like as I told, negative attracts more. They think like, okay, this can happen with me, and positive things happen attract less. So even very confident person is there. As you yesterday you interviewed Pearl, right? Pearl.
Yeah.
Yesterday I couldn't join. I'll watch it later. But Pearl I met. So feels very confident, and same kind of so many people are there. So once the fake profile person will see who is planning to come out, what they will think like these people are very different, very confident, financially strong, mentally strong, and everything. but you can be the one. If you will accept yourself, if you will give respect to yourself, then definitely uh, you can become better than anyone. So
Right.
that's the thing, yeah. That's the
Sounds
thing. So,
confident.
most important thing for LGBTQ people are like accepting themselves by own. And after that, plan if they have to come out in a process way, or they just want to be live like this and make it so obvious for the other people to come and ask like, are you a gay or are you a lesbian? So that is
Right.
also fine. It depends on how what you think like it is the best way for me. So it depends on individual. So what I say, like if you are in closet and if you think like it is not the correct time, then wait for some time. Be patient. There is a lot of patience required for coming out because not only India, worldwide, it is like a kind of a very serious topic to discuss about, and it
Hmm.
affects Indian mentality, a patriarchal and orthodox family. So many things are there in India, but slowly it is changing only because of social platforms. So that's
Right.
it. Even yeah, so in the same context, whenever there is a cyberbullying kind of thing, so sometimes it's very weird, but sometimes I feel happy. And you will ask why. Because I
Right.
got some attention from a negative person who doesn't like LGBTQ people. So why he joined? Definitely there is some thought going on in his mind or her
Hmm.
mind. So at least he is getting aware that okay, these are also human beings. They are not from another planet. So I can say something and it can affect them. So
Right.
affect us and affect anyone, but you are getting aware. So that's a positive point for me.
That's a unique thought, actually. I've never had that
Actually,
perspective.
I'm very weird actually.
Oh, this is great. Oh, this is great. Uh,
Thanks.
the socially used word cross-dressing has become actually a huge part of comedy, media, and television industry. How do you feel that this would impact a person who has just started out exploring their identity in the queer sector?
Yeah, movies and media. These plays very a big role, a vital role in anyone's life. Like I don't have to say that haircut or dress style, dressing sense they start after watching a movie. So and yes, definitely mocking in the movies were very much visible, and it was only the comedy part was there or a scary part was
Hmm.
there in the movies. Now it is changing again, and some good movies are coming, like Chandigarh Kare Asiki and some more. But means this is the first mainstream transgender for a trans woman, trans girl. It was the
Hmm.
mainstream, first mainstream movie. That is very good. So this is the change we are seeing. So this is there, and other things are like most of the people think like these people are. That is only because of movie. It affected a lot, it
Right.
harmed a lot for LGBTQ people. Like whoever, even a person who belongs to LGBTQ and in closet, they laugh with their friends like, yeah, how he or she was doing the cross dressing and all. And cross dressing is not a cross dresser, not definitely a cross-dresser could be a transgender person
Hmm.
or
Right.
LGBTQ person. Transgender being a cross-dressing is a different concept altogether. Male who is married to a cis male who is married to a cis woman can also feel fantasized to uh, cross dress, means dress to opposite gender, dressing like opposite gender sometimes. So cross-dressing is very different thing, but for every trans woman, it is kind of thing like from cross-dressing only, they start to feel their self. Once they dress like a woman or girl,
Right.
then they feel like I'm feeling so comfortable in it. So am I transgender or not? So thought starts from there. But cross-dressing is not always um, could be a part of LGBTQ. It can be
Right.
like a cis thing, yeah.
So they have, but right now cross dressing is
Hmm.
a part of comedy, which is
Yes.
essentially wrong. So do you think that people are being affected by it, and what is what is your thought about this?
People are not being definitely being affected, but some people are coming so strongly.
Right. So my next question for you is that while we were on the topic of how movies and series are really impacting people in general, is that now the OTT platforms are coming up with a lot of new series and movies with a queer content. What do you think could be changed with these coming of queer content in the mainstream industries with big faces?
Of course, media, as I already told, media and movies and television. It means this all comes under media only. But movies affects a lot a common person, common man or common people's life. So
Right.
it affects a very like it hits the mind, and if they don't want to be like that, even still it is in subconscious mind. Some concepts like transgender people, like Chandigarh kare asiki transgender girl, even if the people are not able to accept it, but in the subconscious mind they have the awareness of they want to ignore it also, like I don't want to
Mm.
listen about it, but definitely in their subconscious mind it is there. Okay, TG girls, transgender girls are there, transgender same way transgender men are there.
Mm.
So definitely these things are also happening in the society, and it is acceptable with our due respect, which is pending for very long time. Like so, some of the people are so affected so much, like so much in they are so much in. I'm so sorry. उन लोग को इतना ज़्यादा affect हो रहा है. They are so much affected.
Ah.
I'm getting because my internet again was having a glitch, so that's it. So they are so much affected with the concept that okay, these are being happening, and if the big people like a hero and heroine, two actor and actors everyone knows as hero heroine, so
Mm.
they are doing it, they are accepting it, then why not us?
Right.
So public figure affects a lot to the common people, and they should portray the way they are doing now. It should be done earlier, but earlier it was only mocking mockery and kind of joke. And
Mm.
if transgender were shown in any picture, that time it was like in Sadak movie Maharani, like villain kind of thing, scary thing.
Mm.
So now it's changing. It's a very good sign that people are accepting it. People are watching these movies. People are
Mm.
discussing about these movies. So yeah, of course it is good, but some people you cannot change their mindset. So yeah, it's their choice. If they don't want to, now it is being mainstream. So
Mm.
if they don't want to be in mainstream, it's their choice. They can be separated. LGBTQ is not going to be separated from mainstream, and it's not going to call like it's apart from mainstream. We
Mm.
are in mainstream.
That's great. It shouldn't actually be apart from the mainstream as well. What
Pardon me?
it shouldn't be apart from the
Uh,
mainstream. So
yes, thank you
uh,
so much.
while this content has come a long way from it not being so inclusive and accepting to being such a huge impact giver on people, what changes still need to be made so that the content can be more inclusive, more queer inclusive?
I didn't get what exactly you want to ask. A little disturbance in internet.
I'm asking that what can be changed, what more changes can be brought into the queer content that is there online so that it can be more queer inclusive.
Yes. So definitely in uh, definitely it is needed like for transgender. First, I'll start with transgenders. Like in transgender protection right law, which came in 2019 or 18. So in that law, there is washroom thing is there. Like it should be
Mhm.
one common washroom needs to be there
Right.
everywhere, but it is not there. Most of the places means only in Chhattisgarh, Chandigarh, and some places it is implemented. But most of the place you will see like only male and female washrooms, common washrooms. Even in school colleges, there is no common washroom. In the big institutes also, there is no common washroom. So for transgender, it is like very difficult to
I
choose the
understand.
washroom if the name is not changed in the document.
Right.
Even if I'm looking like this, but my name is not changed, my office will not, my name and gender is not changed. My office will not allow to use female washroom. So
Yeah.
this thing is there. These are very small, basic things which needs to be changed. And bigger
I
in the
was
bigger prospect,
so sorry to interrupt.
the my
I was talking about queer
yeah
content, the content that is
yes
there
yes.
on.
So in the yeah, so for that, in the bigger prospect for all the queer content, it needs to be sensitization is the only thing that needs to be done. Uh, Even if we are not including a subject for LGBTQ, not LGBTQ, sexuality and gender identity, at least a seminar needs to be done for the students, for the new generation, and
Right.
everywhere, like in police station, hospital, NGOs are doing it. So same way it needs to be continued. That is
Right.
the only thing. The once the awareness will come, people will be aware. Then they will interact with the people from
Mhm.
who belongs to queer community, and then they will understand. Okay, these people are not different from us. So
Right.
there, then the inclusion will come.
Right. My last question for today. As a queer person, reporting is predominantly phobic and fearful in a taboo society. So it becomes difficult. How do you think that a queer person could report and redress the instance of cyber abuse?
Yes. So this needs this might take. Your question is like reporting any abuse or anything to in for FIR or something like right?
Yeah, if you know
Did I
anything
get
about
the
that, like how, like a
yeah?
queer person, it becomes difficult to report cases. So how do you think that
Yes,
that would be a person could
it is.
report?
It is. Yeah, it is difficult, and that's why I again and again I said in this conversation that sensitization program in police station is very much required. Police is not aware about most of the things about queer community, and that's why, and they always laugh. For them, still it is queer people are a thing to love. So that needs to be changed. That's why sensitization for police officers, anyone in police is very much needed. And most of the cases, a queer person is very scared to go to police because first thing they laugh, they make
Right.
fun of it.
Right.
And if a gay person is, there has been so many cases like you can read in newspaper nowadays.
Mm.
um, it is reported very less, but few people reported like a person was standing somewhere and he was raped by some guys. So in that case, the victim doesn't want to go to police because otherwise the police will laugh and sometimes exploit also. So there is exploitation cases from police is very high. Same as a poor girl or a girl who is very helpless, if she reports to a police station, then she can be abused a little more, right?
Mm.
So many rape cases are hidden; they are not
Right.
reported to police
Yeah.
because of this fear. So this fear is more in queer person because the concept of being queer itself, police is not aware about.
Right.
So how they only make fun, they try not to file a FIR, first information report. Even that much they don't want to do. They say like just go home and nothing will happen. Same
Right.
patriarchal stuff like don't wear things like that. Don't
Right. Right.
act like a
Mm.
feminine person, or same with girls also, like lesbian girls. Anyone can be a victim, but queer community is more conscious and more scared to file a report. And if
Yes.
somebody wants to file a report, he has to face a lot of struggles. But if you are confident enough that I have to determine that I have to report it, it needs to be, I need justice. So definitely it is possible because I have done one case from not case means that was a case of Payal Rathwas who is a
Mm.
trans woman without uh, not post surgery. She didn't start even HRT that time.
Right.
So she was abused and she was stripped naked. So, but she was so much determined that I have to report. So NGOs are there to help. We discussed about the situation, and the NGO took the initiative, and through NGO, within 8 days, she was able to file the FIR, and police went to arrest the people who did it. So it is possible, but the determination and to face the discrimination, these two
Mm.
things should be in mind. Then
Right.
only you can report. Otherwise, it is like it is disappointing and very much. It can give you depression, but you have to be determined that you are fighting for yourself, not for anyone else. And if you are fighting for yourself today, people will get inspiration to fight for themselves. So that needs to be in mind, and these negative things will go down.
That's a great thought. That's a great thought. Yeah, I definitely agree that sensitization is a huge, huge part of everything. The police system is not at all aware, and they don't want to be
Yeah,
aware. But that is something that they will have to be aware of. So
actually.
that are all the questions that I have today, Damini. Thank you so much for joining the conversation and accepting our invitation. And I hope this is a great conversation for you too. And I learned a lot.
Yes, very much. I really enjoyed a lot. Even after the technical glitches, we had a very good conversation, and these conversation needs to be continued like this way. And I'm so thankful to you, people, means the people who all are concentrating on cyberbullying or LGBTQ or any kind of problems which we were facing. These conversations are helping a lot to make the life easy for anyone and definitely queer people. Thank you so much for this initiative.
Thank you for joining in. I would love to
Yeah.
see you on the panel, and I'm looking forward to it actually, and believe that okay, we can move forward with like solutions and
Definitely.
like, have a good discussion. Thank you so much. And
Thank you. Thank you so much. See you on